The Revolutionary War was the most important war in the United States of America. Back then, the states was not called the states. Instead, it was called the colonies. The colonies didn't like how the British took control of the colonies or the people. This was very surprising to the British because Britain was very powerful, or the most powerfulest nation in the world back then. The colonies were not even well trained and had poor qualities of weapons, like they would use pitchforks or muskets, basically anything they could find. But the British were well trained and had the best weapons. Somerville was very important to the Revolutionary War because Somerville had so many hills they could have a bird's eye view of Boston. Also, they had a training camp so that they could send the troops straight to Boston. Somerville also had supplies here for the troops just in case they need it. The reason why Somerville was important because of Prospect Hill's castle. The location of the height of the hill had a great strategic importance in the Revolutionary War. The hill was then known as a citadel, and Somerville was the first to raise an early version of the U.S. flag called the Grand Union flag on Prospect Hill on January 1st, 1776, and was raised by George Washington. Another reason why Somerville was important in the Revolutionary War was because of Powder House. Powder House was used to store gunpowder and guns during the Revolutionary War. This was important because just in case that some soldiers needed supplies, then they could come in from Boston and use the supplies. Also in Somerville, Paul Revere lived here and died here in Somerville. He rode into Somerville also to warn everyone that the British are coming. Today, Prospect Hill, Powder House, and Paul Revere's house and his grave are tourist attractions. Prospect Hill Castle is a very important attraction in Somerville because you can see a perfect view of Boston and you can see the first flag ever made in the U.S. today. Powder House is another good attraction because people could go to Powder House and see what it looks like inside. A cool fact about Somerville is that it is the shape of an eagle and no other city, state, or country has that shape. This is why Somerville is important.